Hello, my name is Tom Granger, and I am helping with the satellite for Malawi. And I wanted to introduce you as the people in the United States to the country of Malawi, but more importantly, I would like to introduce you to our leaders in Malawi. To my left is Chief, and next to him is his assistant, Justina. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about their country and a little bit about the work that is going on currently in Malawi, and also what their dreams are and hopes. And we would like to just get you to know them better and to know Good Samaritan Ministries in Malawi a little bit better. So, without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our National Director for Malawi, and that's Chief.
Thank you very much, Papa Tom Granger, one of our international board members and our satellite leader for Malawi. Truly, we are leaders of Good Samaritan Ministries Malawi. Malawi is a small country found in the southern part of Africa, especially Central Africa. And Malawi is known as the warm heart of Africa. Why is it known as the warm heart of Africa? It's because it is a country of peace. People like and enjoy the peace. That's why they say it is a warm heart of Africa. What do we do as Good Samaritan Ministries Malawi? As Good Samaritan Ministries Malawi, we have several activities which are taking place in our country. We are geared to empower the community through education, to transform the people in the spiritual and in the physical. How do we transform? That's why we came up with several activities. Like as of now, we've started with our pre-nursery schools, whereby we are collecting kids, orphans, those who have parents. We bring them together so that they know, they understand what is it that they can know at a little age, so that as they grow, they reach at a stage where they can go to primary school. They should be there while they've already been sharpened. That's why we do the nursery schools. We also do, we are still on education. We also have a plan of coming up with the private secondary schools and private primary schools. We do this because we know that by empowering somebody with education, you've given that particular person a key which can lead him to go into each and every nation to open up his or her future. It's by educating him or her. That's why we want to go into all these fields. In our part, we can try to mobilize, but hence we still need like a help from somewhere. With that help, then our vision will be accomplished. We also do some farming activities. In farming activities, we want to go deeper into livestock, where we've started raising pigs, but at a small scale. We would want to enlarge it, like raising pigs. We would want to do the cattle farming. We would want to do like the pig, chicken farming, goats. We would want to come up with a small shop at our nearest trading center, where we can put in a machine which it uses to cut meat into small pieces, so that when people feel like having proteins, let them be attracted by our place, where we can put a cold room and then we put those meat. We would also want to do some greens farming, vegetables. So we'll be mixing. We do the meat and then we do some vegetables, so that when people come, let them find everything within the Samaritan territory.
Amen. Christina.
Okay. Yeah, greetings from Malawi. This is Justina, and we are privileged to meet Papa Tom. Papa Tom, we have known him now for almost 2 weeks, and he's a man called by God. And here, for your own information, he has named, after men of God had revelation, that he is Moses. This has been named from the way he looks, his build and the way he looks, and he was told that he's a person that will take the entire ministry, especially in Malawi, to the promised land, as Moses did when he was instructed by God. So we are glad. We didn't dream about this. This just came up when he was here in Kenya, and he didn't go far. He accepted the call as the real Moses in the Bible said. So now, as my national director has just aired some few things, it is true, the work is huge, and we have managed to do so many things. And whatsoever we have done is not only from the support from US, but from us locally. Him being chief, he is not chief only that the name is chief, but he is chief, the one that leads in the community. So, being the chief, he came into Good Samaritan when we had the other national director who passed away. He worked hand in hand with him. He donated almost, can we say, 10 acres of land,
hectares.
10 hectares of land freely to Good Samaritan, because chiefs in Malawi, they have the power to give land, they have the power to mobilize people. In his case, because Good Samaritan did not have enough funds, he mobilized several chiefs, about 23. There are 23 chiefs that works under him. So he mobilized all those chiefs, and then he told all the chiefs how they can come as a community to help Good Samaritan, because whatsoever is going to be constructed at Good Samaritan, it is for the community's benefit. So the community saw this as a good thing, because in the area there were so many things lacking, like maize meal, like a training center for the girls, like a chapel. People could just go to the open mountain and have their prayers there. And it is difficult when it's time of rain, and at night it is a scary place. So because of his mobilization of these bricks, GS Malawi came in to help the small funding of building this chapel on top of the mountain, where every person, despite denomination differences, any person, so long is a Christian or Muslim, every person that feels like, I want to go to the mountain and just have some special time with my God, he is welcome there, and everybody appreciate for what Good Samaritan has done. But still more, we have several challenges. As you can see, the vision we have is big. And Malawi, in 2 years' time, 2 years ago, it was the number 4 of the poorest countries in Malawi. And the need is just so huge. And we thank God for the ministry of Good Samaritan. And we ask you to help us in prayers, and also in physical support wherever you feel like helping. Even a single dollar can help to change a life of a certain person. Maybe let me start with my own personal testimony from Good Samaritan.
Great.
I was born in a family of 9, and I was the 4th born. And the 4 of my family, sisters and brothers, died, and we are only remaining 5. And when I was just almost 13 years, I lost my mother. And so when I lost my mom, because my dad was a polygamist. He had 2 wives, my mom and the other wife. So it was difficult for my father to pay attention to us this time that my mother was dead. So he was considering the stepmother and not caring for us. And I just stood up one day and said, for how long are we going to be in this situation? And I just found myself taking the role of a mother at the age of 13. And then I could go to forest and fetch for firewood, carry the wood, bring home, walking for almost 3 miles to go, and then females coming back with the band of firewood on my head. And so we could sell some of the wood and use some of the wood to cook, so that I should help my family members. Because I was also going to school, I could not manage to do this because it required me to do this each and every day, of which I couldn't manage because I also wanted to go to school. But I thank the Ministry of Good Samaritan, which came in, helped me to pay school fees, and because of that, I am what I am today. And so I pray to God, and all throughout this life that I've been helped by GSM, I asked God that what should I do to give back? And so God told me that I should also go and do likewise, as the ministry mission verse says in Luke chapter 10 from verse 25 to 37. When Jesus at the last part told that person to say, go and do likewise. So that's why I am in the ministry. I want to help those orphans. I want to help several people, the widows, the vulnerable groups. And so we need your support in my area. I live more of a little bit urban than Chief. Chief lives in the rural area. And so in my place, we have 3 nursery schools, and those nursery schools, we provide porridge to the kids, and also we give them the foundation of the Christian life. You know, the Bible says, teach a child when she is young, so that when she grows up, she will not depart from it. So the ministry is starting with a person from childhood up to senior groups. So we have different widows groups. Some of them, they are raising chickens, as Chief